Hi everyone, welcome to another Dylan James 2-hour tutorial. Is it too quiet on my own ears? Is it a little bit louder? Whoa, that's too much. Okay, that's a little better. Alright, this video is going to be a little bit about static mixing. We are using the Lofi track we made last week. And yeah, here we are with a little bit of a static mix. Now, this is something I haven't done for a whole long time. But you know, these people say about static mix, static mix. It'll help your mixing. It'll speed up your process once you actually get to the EQing and all that fun stuff. If you have the levels done first, or at least approximate to the final levels, it will be a time saver because you only have things in order how you want them. Like in this case, the big guys will be the melody, bass, play the kick, and the snare. Not sure we're gonna keep the hats and the strings to the back. That is the whole idea of a static mix. You gotta get the levels, a good idea of what you want them to the final mix. So you have some things in the background, some things all the way at the front. That is the very first step that I've noticed that actually help you sculpt your mix. When you get some things in the front, some in the back, and that's pretty good. Without even messing around with EQ or mid side EQ. You kind of do some stuff to the sides, some stuff to the front, middle, I guess. So that's actually a very good idea in terms of getting the final mix you want. And sometimes, this is rare, but sometimes you mix it, and once you do the static mix, it kind of jives well enough that you have almost the ability to just master it, and it's done. I've been getting into like cinematic stuff off and on lately, and that's a place that I've noticed that actually can happen. But I don't recommend doing that because EQ, you cut out the lows and all that. But it's in a video about EQ. It's a video about just doing a static mix. So it shouldn't take all day, so I should talk about it all day. But before we really get into it, check out the video that came out yesterday with a basic deep house. Saturday uh, we will be arranging that deep house song, so that'll be good. And I'm hoping next Wednesday will be another tutorial, maybe about EQ. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to talk about static mixes now. Oh, I forgot to mention up here in the top corner is the deep house video that I mentioned. Yep. Okay. Now let's dive into this. As you can see, I already have a meter up. This is the U-Lead Loudness Meter 2. I bought the Pro version for $37. After I tried out the version of the free version. The Pro version's cool because you have all these things to choose from. These would be like for your mastering mixes. So we're not messing with that. These are this we're looking at True Peak. We're not worried about the integrated, the buffs, Just a true peak the decibels. You can have this in stereo, mono, you can check surround, Dolby Atmos. Kind of see what everything does. It's really nice that it has all those presets. Go ahead and check it out. So before we even get into doing the static mix, I had a limiter on this, and I took it off just to give it a listen. It's take a look. We listen up to the just listen to about 32 bars of it, and that will kind of get a look. Because that'll get us up to the first chorus. So here we go. Okay, we actually didn't have to go that far. Because immediately you see this. Was it 1.5? 1.5 decibels. If you're new to music, you might not know this, but you over 0, that's just too loud. It's like indefinite loud. So we definitely have quite a bit of work to do. And there's some people on here on YouTube, I've seen videos myself, where they tell you, oh, well, this is at 0, you're good. You don't need headroom. Because this is a digital audio workstation. You don't need headroom. That's bullshit. If you wanted to turn out well, you need headroom. Anywhere from -3 or -3 to -6 decibels is sufficient, but you need it. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If you want your master, once you reach that point, to turn out complete shit, listen to those videos. And I don't care if any of these people who said it see this video. You're stupid. Quit telling people false shit. As bad as Fox News. Anyways, yeah, so we hit 1.5. And, oh yeah, don't listen to those people. Listen to me and some others that talk about this. Headroom is important. Anyways, we need to make headroom for the mix. Because there's some things with the mix, when you start getting in there and you boost some frequencies, cut some frequencies, do different things around, compress certain things, you can change the levels, and you don't want it to be too loud to start with. If you add a EQ or saturation, or something blowing you out of your chair. So let's get that now and let the static mix. So, first of all, in this particular track, hip hop drums are important. But there's a hierarchy of importance. The kick and snare are definitely important because they kind of drive it. That, not so much. We can pull that guy way down like that. Let's find the biggest section of this track, and that would be that. So the hat, we would have to hear. Like, maybe, well, we should be able to. All right, so we can still hear the hat. So let's figure out what else is of least importance. Slurs. These are just background kind of thing. should add some total reverb. One thing I do in the static mix is I will add some effects. And the some effects I add sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do the static mix and then we throw on some effects. Like this guy here, I have Tape Mellow by Arturia on here at like 25%. Lo-fi pass. What is this? Lo-fi low pass. I just like that because it kind of gives it more of a lo-fi vibe ahead of time. But maybe we should just cut that off for now. And chords, it's 100%. Shut that off. Strings, also 100%. Do that. We'll just mute that for now. So now we have just this empty mix. Let's have a listen to what it sounds like. Just the straight of the hats down. Oops. Something right here. What happened? Oh, was I done routed? Oops. Okay, let's put them back where they belong. Okay. Was I then routed to that? Interesting. Anyways, it sounds like the strings pulled right out of the. Imagine it's gonna keep playing it back. Okay, let's reset. The thing into the true peak is now. Okay, to the play. Time and yeah. So we hit it minus 3.3. That is just enough headroom. Now, when you do the final mix, you add the effect, saturation, EQ. Listen, one thing about EQ is you're going to cut out a lot of low. You're going to be low out of the kick. You're going to cut some out of the sub. Excuse me, out of the bass. I'm going to also lose on to low end. You know, there's one more thing I like to do in the static mix. That is pan it. And for the most part, the only pan we can really do is according to the strengths. We have to go about even to about 36, 35 split. Whatever that is. All right, 36, 38, whatever. 38, 36. Well, that's not what I wanted to say. No. There's a one more listen to that. With the pan there happening. Cool. That is what we did with Panda. We went to the sides a bit, and then sometimes I'll listen to the static mix a bit then to figure out exactly if it's good. And a static mix is by no means a final mix. These settings with the fader levels and the panning are by no means final. They're not locked in the mixing process. When I get close to the end, when I EQ the whole track, compress everything, that's when I really notice if my levels are what I want them. It gives you a better kind of idea. Once in a while, I'll slap on a maximizer at the end of my mixing chain and put it up to about what I would put it up to for the master. And it kind of gives me a real good idea of what's too loud, because sometimes it sounds at a higher pitch, like a hi-hat. Sometimes it sounds good in the static mix. Sounds good in the mix. You have it, it's not too loud. When you master it, it blasts through. It's crazy. Anyways, that was a static mix with a very low amount of instruments. This lo-fi should be minimal. I'm gonna eventually do one for a bigger track that I made into breaks. It's got like 20 instruments. But you kind of gotta figure it all out. But I am avoiding doing that mix. At the moment, I'm gonna do a static mix once with it. See if that's cool, and then I'll make a video about it. So it'll take a while. It'll be a big video. It'll be an hour video or something. Anyways, it's pretty much all I'm done about for this video, this static mix. Hope this video helped you out if you're trying to figure out what a static mix is. And remember what I said about the headroom. It's a necessary thing. And this plugin, ULEAD loudness meter, is free. Just looking up ULEAD, it'll come up. You can get it free or pay $37. You get it. It's much. The nice thing is, once you download it as a free, you can basically use the same program you want to download. And when you just register it, it's real quick. This has helped me out buckets. Masters, mix, it's very accurate. It's cool. You can A/B and do all these presets. This one reminds me of my favorite. If I loud, a bunch of 11. That's 11 buffs. It's cool. Or LUFS. Anyways, please like, subscribe, share. You know what to do. Reach out to me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Gotta make more videos for that. We can have 10-minute videos. Reach out. And be sure to stay tuned for Saturday for the Deep House arrangement. And then, we're gonna continue working on this lo-fi track until it's mastered. I'll show you the rest of the whole process bit by bit. And I'm out of time for this video. We're at 20 minutes and you're probably asleep. So yeah, catch you. It's not much love and peace to you. Later.